Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're jumping into a really cool experiment, one that could totally change how we look at AI in school. It all kicks off with a professor telling their students to cheat. Yeah, you heard that right, on purpose.
I know. It sounds pretty out there, right? But this professor had a really good reason for it. They wanted to shine a light on something that's, well, it's happening in the dark, in classrooms all over the place.
Okay, so what's the big secret problem here? Let's be real. Students are already using AI. I mean, pretty much all of them, whether it's allowed or not. The real question, the thing we need to talk about is how they're using it. And that's the part that's totally hidden from view.
The person who wrote about this calls it the shadow process. And it's basically this world of, super quick copy and paste jobs, these invisible edits, all done with zero transparency. And believe me, this secret little process, it can cause some pretty big problems.
I mean, just think about it for a second. When a student just tells an AI, hey, fix this, they have no idea what was actually wrong in the first place. Their own voice, their own ideas, poof, gone. And that amazing chance to learn from feedback just vanishes. And you want to know the worst part? Sometimes the AI's version is actually worse than what the student wrote, and they don't even know it.
So, to fight back against this, the professor came up with this really wild experiment. It was an assignment designed to do one thing: drag this whole messy process right out into the daylight for everyone to see. And the assignment was just brilliant. So simple. The students had to use AI in two totally different ways. First up was cheat mode, right? Using those lazy prompts like, just rewrite this for me. But then they had to switch to learn mode, using prompts that forced the AI to actually explain what it was doing. And get this, they had to document and color code every single thing. Then they had to step back and really think about it. What was the real difference here?
And you know what? The results were instant and crystal clear. The difference between cheating and learning, man, it just jumped right off the page when you put them next to each other.
Okay, let's look at grammar. The cheat prompt, correct all my errors, it worked, kind of. It spat out a clean paragraph, but the student was left totally in the dark. One of them actually said, it looked better, but I have no idea what I did wrong. But the learn prompt? Whoa, that turned the AI into a personal grammar tutor. It broke down every single mistake, one by one. The student was actually learning.
And it wasn't just grammar. The difference in the quality of the writing itself was huge. That cheat prompt, it just added a bunch of fluffy, vague sentences. As one student said, it just didn't sound like me. But that learn prompt, man, that instruction, don't write for me, was a total game changer. Suddenly, the AI wasn't the writer anymore. It was a coach, pointing out the weak spots and letting the student be the one to make it better.
But this next one might show the biggest danger of just blindly cheating. A simple, lazy prompt like, add some quotes to this, actually led to the AI completely erasing the student's own analysis. They said it themselves, my own thinking got lost. Wow. The learn prompt, though, totally different story. It taught the student how to find a good quote and weave it in to make their own argument stronger, not replace it.
So as you can imagine, this whole thing led to some major aha moments for these students. Seriously, some of them got so excited about what they were figuring out that they started screen recording their process just so they could show other people.
And this quote, this one really hits the nail on the head. The student realized, hey, if I just ask the AI to fix stuff, I don't actually get why it fixed them. They weren't building any real skills. It was just a quick patch, not something that would stick.
And here is the other side of that coin, the really powerful part. The learn approach completely changed their mindset. It wasn't about getting a fix for one assignment. It was about building a skill for life. The student didn't just walk away with a better paragraph. They walked away with knowledge they could use on the next paper and the one after that. They actually felt empowered.
When you get right down to it, this entire experiment boils down to one single powerful idea. And a student said it perfectly.
And this, right here, is the key. The true power of AI isn't what it can do for you, it's what it can do with you. We need to stop thinking of it as some magic wand that just fixes everything. Instead, think of it as a helper, a guide that's always there for you.
So what this all suggests is that maybe, instead of banning AI, teachers need to take on a brand new, super important role,
being an AI literacy instructor. The job isn't to say, no, you can't use that. It's to teach students how to ask it smart questions, how to push back on its answers, and how to always stay in control, stay in the driver's seat.
And the author argues, and it's a powerful point, that just banning or ignoring AI is literally the worst thing we could do. Why? Because it just pushes students back into those shadows. It turns them into passive cheaters by default. And not because they're bad kids who want to cheat, but because nobody ever took the time to show them a better way.
So, at the end of the day, this experiment proves something simple. AI is just a tool. That's it. It can be your own personal 24/7 tutor that helps you build up your skills, or it can be a crutch that lets those same skills just waste away. And here's the kicker. That choice isn't up to the AI. It's up to you, the person typing the prompt.